Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just having to do a little voiceover. To be honest, I just had so much to get off of my plate today. And I think that if I had not had all this to say, I wouldn't have ever been able to get to the actual video portion. So I do apologize for all of the chipmunk voice in the background. I do think the information that I'm sharing is pertinent, but not so much for what this video contains, which is the teas.
Anyway, so that's kind of what I have been dealing with in the past week or 2 weeks, sorry. So I haven't been making a whole lot of videos. I do apologize. But for those of you who have kind of like kept up with this journey, you maybe saw in my last video that I have been accepted to the nursing program. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful compliments and congratulations. That really means a lot to me. So I'm trying to be more proactive about posting at least once a week and how life is kind of going from there. Now, my classes don't actually start until June. However, I do have some stuff that I need to be taking care of before our orientations in April. So I'm going to kind of like keep you guys up to date with what I am having to do for those qualifications so that everything is complete by the time I start in June. First things first though, I've had a couple of us older, more seasoned individuals email me or message me asking me for details on how I studied for the T's. First of all, a disclaimer. I happen to have a little bit of background in the medical field due to my bachelor's degree in nutrition and my master's degree in nutrition and exercise science. Actually, I'm not being quite honest with you. I'm not sure if it's everywhere in the United States called it this, but my bachelor's degree was the Human Environmental Studies and Dietetics. Yeah. So I have my bachelor's in dietetics and my master's in nutrition and exercise science. So long story short, I've had a very heavy science-based background, and so I did not find the T's complicated. For the College of Nursing, where I'll be attending in June and for the next 2 years, is a institution that requires at least a 70 on your T's, and you have to have a 45 in the area of science. So if all of that is like beyond you, don't even worry about that. Let's just start with some of the information about T's. The T's, or ATEAS, is actually spelled ATEAS. That's the test that was required for us. I think other people maybe have the HESI, but I had to have the T's. There are 4 sections to the T's, and there's like reading comprehension, math, science, and then like English grammar. That was my worst one. I maybe am from America and speak English, but my grammar skills ended in 3rd grade. So I would have to say my approach to the T's is probably unconventional in comparison to several. I just finished my master's degree in 2015. That was 5 years ago. Interestingly enough, I can retain a lot of information still from that era. However, I can't remember what I went into Walmart for. My grocery list is never remembered. Thank you, Jesus, for online pickup, because it's the only way I can get everything I need. So I actually didn't do so bad just jumping in with both feet. I will tell you how I tried to study for this exam. My daughter happened to have taken the T's so that she can get into the radiology tech program in the same university or same college of nursing and health sciences. And so she's like, here mom, here's the T's book, flip through it. There's some practice tests in the back, and let me know if you have any questions. And so I opened it up to study, and it was reading comprehension, I believe. And I literally made it through half of the first page and was like, no, not doing it this way. That's just not my learning style. I'm very visual and very auditory. So I have to have somebody kind of talk me through it. Well, I didn't waste any time. I went ahead and just went to the first practice test. I gave myself a timer using my dear friend, because if I say her name, she's gonna like pop up. But I would just say, hey, set a timer for, and because at the very top of each test, it tells you how long the test is going to be. So that's what I did. I practiced through that first test, doing the exact time. And at the bottom of each test, I actually would write how much time I had left on the timer to kind of gauge, like, am I flying through this too quickly? Did I just, didn't give it any effort, or am I taking too much time? And that's why I had stuff left over. So, which was really, really nice, because then whenever I was grading at the end and I saw how many things I had right or wrong, I reminded myself, look, you had 16 minutes left in math, like, don't rush. Or in science, when I had like 4 minutes left, like cutting it kind of close kind of thing. So if I can find my practice test, I'll kind of show you like what exactly I wrote down and how I kind of scored myself. So I did that on the first day, and then on the second day, I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do practice test number 2. So I did practice test 2. Actually, I didn't do practice test 1 because Brianna had already written all of the answers in on practice test 1. So I did practice test 2 on day 1, and I did practice test 3 on day 2. Whenever I was finished with that, I did the same thing with each section. I added how many minutes I had left. And then when I calculated my totals and stuff, I kind of, okay, so I obviously take longest in science, or I couldn't even actually tell you at this point. It's been a little bit since I did those. I made the exact same score. I can tell you the number. It was 116. I made 116 out of 170 on both of those tests. And I was not sure this was a good thing or a bad thing. I think if you do that math, it should be like 68 or 69, and I had to have a 70. So I really prayed about it. I showed my husband, I showed Brianna, and the consensus was that I just need to go ahead and schedule my test and take the test, since I was so close to that score. I did a whole lot of praying in the next week because I decided to take the test on the 21st of December. So I'm getting kind of close to Christmas season and things are kind of hectic anyway, but I really was just like, Lord, if you're asking me to go into the nursing program at this place, I need a score of 70. And it happened. Like I made a 74, I believe. Not that I'm like bragging about that, because we're talking about a 74%. That's like in my mind still a C. Maybe that's not how that works, but in my mind I'm still going, yeah, just barely got it. But I did. I got a 74, which means I have been accepted into the program based off of my ATEAS score. Now since then, there's like a bunch of checkoffs that you have to do with any kind of institution where you're trying to get into school. So I had to transfer my transcripts from high school and from college, and I just got an email today confirming that these were the courses that I've already taken in my undergrad and in my master's that transferred over, and I was not going to have to take them in the college of nursing. So I'm pretty excited about having that lighter school schedule than most. So yeah, that is kind of about the T's. If there's anything else out there that you guys are wondering about, like how I did this and got that accomplished, please let me know in the comments below. I would be more than excited to share that with you. I am pretty transparent about everything in life. So if you guys have any of those questions, don't hesitate. But I hope this is helpful. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And again, thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. Welcome to the Jones Holder and Fouts house. You are now kind of one of ours. So God bless, guys, and have a great rest of your week.